Welcome, families.
Hi, families.
Happy Friday. It's been another successful week 3, and we just wanted to share our week with you and what our goals were and just some important information. In reading this week, we continued setting up our expectations for our reading workshop to help us become successful, independent readers. And it was well, they did well.
And we also started working on setting up our our toolkits and our center kits. We've been working on making math toolkits, and your child has been as well. You guys have at home counters and snap cubes, and I'm assuming everybody's made their number cards by now. We've talked about that. But one of the things we wanted to share with you is that one of the ways to make your child more successful and independent at home is to have a separate kit or box, and it's going to be with the center items like the spinners, a timer, little fun counters, dice, and whiteboard marker, just to set them up so that way they don't always have to go into their math toolkit and they don't get so as confused when we say it for reading time, because we do a lot of reading centers as well.
We are working on our independence, and having materials organized like this will definitely help with that if they can just grab their materials and get right to work.
And little pencil boxes from Dollar Tree or Walmart,
like even a plastic bag.
Plastic bags work. So
next week, we wanted to let you know we will be starting to do iReady in larger time increments. This week, we've kind of just been doing 15 minutes, but we really want them to be on iReady long enough to complete some lessons. So we will be doing iReady in 30-minute increments. And if your child is a techie, it might be helpful for your child to log off of the Zoom, so that way they're not being interrupted by us, who we are obviously talking to the roomies, and we know that they can hear us. So if it's okay with us, if you log off of Zoom, set a timer for 30 minutes, do iReady, and then jump back right onto the Zoom.
And just to add to that, it's also very helpful if your child can almost do it independently. So maybe even practice logging off when we tell them to, and then also having that doc screen up, the MySCS login screen, already up and ready for them, so they can just log into with their password or their number and PIN number. And that would really help with them being independent. And so that way, when they do transition back to the classroom, they will be able to do it in class seamlessly.
That's how we set up our computers in our classroom. We have that screen ready for them, and they are working on logging in on their own.
And they're doing great.
They are doing
great. Roomies are doing so great independently logging in.
Absolutely.
So for remote pickup, we thank you parents so much for working with us to help us by picking up weekly instead of monthly. I got some questions about materials and prep. So if you have a stack of items, if there's a stack of papers, yes, those items need to be cut out and they need to be put into a Ziploc baggie of some sort. And there's different ones. There's letters, there's monkeys, cookies, bananas,
blank alphabet cards.
Sometimes there's number cards. However, there are lots of bingo cards that we send home. Please don't cut those out. If there's any worksheets or worksheet kind of single items, don't cut those out. That is for your child to cut out during the lesson. But you can get everything else prepped and have them cut it out with you. If they're having trouble following a line, you can always draw a yellow line with marker and really encourage them to follow the track.
Yes, we've noticed some kiddos need to work on their cutting skills. So that is why we are incorporating some of those activities as well. And we do really appreciate you being patient with us. We are learning how to plan ahead so that way everybody is successful and has what they need. So thank you. In math this week, we continued basic number concepts. Our main goal is we've been working on subitizing and sharing how you see numbers in different ways. And we just wanted to show an example. If we wanted to show 4 in 2 different ways, we can say we see a group of 3 and a group of 1.
Or 2 and 2.
And we can make that with our fingers. We can see it on a subitizing card. We can draw for in different ways. And that's been our huge goal, because if they have a solid understanding of that, it will just lead to success in future lessons.
And it also might seem that sometimes it seems a little silly that we're just working to 5 for so long, or as thoroughly as we are, but it's so important for them to understand the concept of 5, because with that, then concept of 10 and more, it just all builds on itself. So,
and truly right now, a lot of things that we are working on might seem somewhat basic, but it's also more about them becoming independent workers, because we will be starting some small groups where we will be working with a group and they are working independently. So it's kind of just, it's all for a purpose.
yes.
So anyway, thank you so much. We hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye.